Gregory, I'm working on my swing.
You gonna play golf now?
Yes, for the comeback.
You gonna go professional? You trying to go professional with it?
I'm having a comeback.
When you get interested in the golf?
Because it's the comeback.
Okay, well, everybody tries to reinvent themselves. I'm with it. If you with it, I'm with it.
All right, because you got your comeback, and on the next episode of Veronica Harris Show, we're gonna be talking to this man over here, big little brother Gregory Harris, about his comeback and how it is never too late to have your comeback. But right now, I'm go back and work on mine. 4.
You got to get more torque in there. You got to really turn them hips.
And welcome back. We're here with our guest today. Well, you're a guest today, but usually you're the co-host.
Right.
So who are you today? Okay, you're the guest. I was about to say, who are you today? But you're the guest.
I'm the man.
Oh, you the man.
I'm the man.
The man?
Yes.
The man.
That's what I said. Why are you so shocked?
Because it's shocking. Anyway, for the man is here today to talk about his comeback. And when we talk about the comeback, usually in most cases when we hear the comeback, we think about somebody's coming back to do some type of physical thing. Usually like with athletes, they maybe retire, then they come back, or they were out for a while and come back. But you don't have to necessarily be an athlete to, have a comeback. But your comeback is about athletics, yes?
Yeah, but like you said, it's not necessarily a comeback because I'm going to be venturing into new territories as well. Mm-hmm. I was a former basketball player, so retired and, still playing recreationally.
Mm-hmm. But could you play professionally overseas?
Right.
Europe? Mm-hmm.
Now I'm playing recreationally. Most people my age have, put the ball down and moved on. I'm still playing. I am going looking to try out in 17, 18, try to get on the roster.
Wait, roster for what?
NBA roster.
What?
Yeah, I know it's shocking and it kind of feels silly saying it, but hey, I'm going for it.
You seriously?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why?
Well, I held on to these words one of my shooting coaches in high school once said. As I was getting ready to graduate, he said, "Remember, Gregory." And he coached middle school and he's seen kids peak early and all that type of stuff. He said, "Gregory, your best basketball days are ahead of you." And I held on to that. Even now, at my age of where you would be retiring, I think my best days are still ahead of me.
Well, I guess especially if you're a shooter, I guess you can still do it. I mean, we all know as people's nutrition and our knowledge of the physical body and health has improved, people are able to perform a lot longer into their sports career, especially at a time when we think, well, usually this person would be gone or not gone, but they would start falling off athletically.
And like I said, basketball is what's been my wheelhouse for a while, but I'm looking to, I might go golf, might go tennis, might go baseball, might go fly fishing, I might go rowing, might do sailing. I mean, I'm not putting no limits on this comeback.
And you know what? I'm glad you said no limits because we are only limited by our imagination. So if your imagination is limitless, you're right. There's no limit or nothing to what you can do.
And it ain't nothing worse than a try than a fail, or a fail than a try. How does that go?
Nothing beats a fail but a try.
Is that how it go?
Yeah.
Don't sound right.
It's
but
right.
Anyway, what we want to say is it don't hurt to try.
No, it doesn't hurt to try. I mean, there's tons of things that we can say about nothing beats a failure. No, nothing beats a failure but a try. That is it.
Nothing beats a failure.
But a try.
Okay.
And then you know what they say? You always miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
There you go.
So you got to take that shot.
Got to take it.
So this comeback, you were saying, there's some athletics about it, but really I think comebacks are not about the actual feat or, the actual coming back to something. I think it's more about the journey that one takes to get to whatever it is they're trying to achieve.
And that's the hard part, the basking in the journey, understanding that the journey is what it's all about. And right now, I am enjoying my journey. I must say that.
So what has your journey looked like thus far?
So now I'm at the point where I'm not sore or not sore after games. So early in the comeback, you know, I get to where I perform well. Next day, really banged up, really sore, kind of dragging around at work on Monday. You know, you do the weekend warrior thing, and come Monday, you're dragging around, which isn't cool. Now, I bounce back on Monday like nothing happened.
You know what? You are really starting to sound like a very famous quarterback who recently won a Super Bowl. And in an interview, he was saying how, you know, he wants to keep playing well into his 40s because he now knows how to take care of himself. He knows how to recover. You know, he talks all about that. And if you read the article, it's very good. And he says, basically, he says, you know, I've seen this test before. I know. He says, I know all the answers, and that's why he feels like he's ready to go, keep going on. But you're right about it's the journey. A lot of people, not only do they not like the journey, they want the journey to hurry up and get over like quickly.
You wanna get to that result because you think that's gonna make you happy. The trick is to be happy all along the way.
Right.
And then when you get that, again, that doesn't bring the happiness. The journey is where your happiness
Because I'm happy.
Well, I wanted to, so back to the comeback.
Yes.
I've just recently had, you know, my highest compliment.
What was that?
So after I play well in a game, I like them here and say, hey, Greg, you looking like, you know, you looking like you're 10 years younger. Or you looking like the 25-year-old Greg we used to know and love. And
used to know and love. They don't love you now.
I mean, when you're 25, you athletic, you spry, and then you're 35 and plus, you're just a shell of yourself. So when I used to hear, you know, you're looking 25 again, I used to get really excited. I used to think, okay, I'm on the right track, I'm progressing. The other day, though,
What?
they said, man, the guy asked me. I come out the game, playing really well, dominating. I come out the game, the guy asked me, what steroids am I using?
What? You know,
He thought I was on steroids.
With this other famous quarterback that I was just referring to, they were saying that, you know, of course it was just, they said we can't speculate or whatever, but they said he never looks to get older. He looks just as good, or he's playing better now than he did 10 years ago. Like, that's what they're saying about him. So you kind of get like getting that same compliment.
Yep.
But that's a good thing. So, insofar as doing this journey and learning and becoming happy or being happy along the journey, what else do you hope to accomplish? And other than, you know, obviously reaching your goal of getting there and being happy along the way, what else are you looking to do?
And I try to get my wife to understand this part of it too. She thinks it's all about, I'm doing this because of me, for selfish reasons. So, you know, I just want to be able to play. I do anything as long as I can keep playing basketball. The main reason I like to do this is for my kids to see me. It's very inspiring to my kids. I see my daughter, and she wants to get up and work out in the mornings because I do it. My son also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, I started fasting one day a week. Now my daughter's trying to fast.
Oh, well, no, maybe she shouldn't do that just yet, though.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe so.
Okay.
But that's really what I'm trying to get out of this. You know, you remember Dad was a lot older when he had me.
Right.
You know, he was 43. I heard he was really good in athletics, but I never seen him do anything.
Right. Well, yeah.
Because he was old. I was 10, he was 53.
Yeah. So
my daughter, she's about to be 10. She's seeing me still out there playing. So she's inevitably going to try to outdo dad or
Of
you know
course.
or do at least what I've done.
Of course.
So I use this as a way to help raise my kids and should give them the example.
Right. Show them.
Yeah, I just want to show them the
Show them.
example.
Teach them good habits.
And I like playing too.
We know, but you want to teach them good habits.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to stop right here, and we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to learn about some other different types of comebacks that people can get involved with. Maybe if they're not athletically inclined, maybe they're more of the intellectual pursuits. But we're gonna talk about those comebacks. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
And we're back. And we're back with, who are you today again?
Stop that now. Gregory Harris, a.k.a. the man of the hour for this episode.
Yes, he is the man, and we're talking about his comeback. And you've been giving us a lot of great information about the comeback and why you do it and so forth and so on. I think it's very good that you said one of the reasons why you do it is because you want to be an example to your children. Yeah. And that's the best thing a person, especially a parent, can be, is that example to their children.
And I'm a health and physical education teacher, so I need to be that example to my students. Mm-hmm. And I know you're a health and physical education. You look really athletic right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look like you're living the life. You're preaching what you're teaching.
Yeah, preaching what I think. No, you're right, absolutely right. And I'm glad you brought that up because when I was growing up, my PE teachers were cool, but they were overweight. And for me, I said, when I decided that I was going to be a PE teacher, that I never wanted to be that teacher because, kids nowadays, they tell it like it is, and, you get into a little argument with them. They'll say, well, you fat so-and-so, or you overweight, why are you telling me what to do, blah, 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 clearly. So I always wanted to be, that PE teacher that did practice what I preach. And I also let them know about some little struggles that I have. I say, at one point I was a little bit heavier, and I had to change my eating and do things better. So, I also let them know that, okay, I'm a real person that has real things, so that they can say, okay, she has challenges, I go through things, so we're not so different. Is that what I try to say? But going back to the comeback now, so we did talk about athletic comebacks or physical comebacks. Now, let's talk about, it doesn't always have to be a physical comeback because there's many different types of comebacks.
And that's how my comeback started, actually.
Okay, well, tell us.
Physically, I was declining.
Okay.
So I said, I need another pursuit that doesn't rely on, that's ain't all about the bodies, more about the mind. So I picked up playing chess. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to develop my mental abilities. Chess was fun. It was very fun. I was enjoying it. And as my mind started to grow and expand, and then I let loose those limitations that I thought my body had, and that's what brought me back to my physical, getting back in optimal health. Because I said if I can get my mental perspective together, the mind-body connection all works together.
Yeah,
so build the mind, build the body and the spirit. Well, wait a minute, now I can do all these things. All those opportunities I missed out on, I may be able to recapture.
Wow.
So I said, man, let me put this comeback in effect. But what I did not, the timetable I put a big, long timetable on it. I didn't say I'm coming back in 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. I said 2 years out. I'm 2 years out from a comeback. And I was listening to the guys doing the draft, and he was like, this kid is 1 year away from being 1 year away. He needed that much work to, you know, to get to where he's going to be contributing on the NBA floor. And I said, you know what? I'm probably 1 year away from 1 year away. So I said, let me make my comeback 2 years out. And then I told my daughter, and I said, when I'm 40, I'll be able to do this. She was like, no way, Daddy. And then I looked and seen on her calendar, she had wrote it down. Dad said at 40. I said, oh, man, she going to hold me to it.
Well, that's what you need. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, when we talk about goals, and when you want to come back, that's a goal. And, you know, goals help you move forward in life. You know, well, put it this way. Goals help you so that you're not just drifting through life. You are moving towards something.
Moving with a purpose.
You're living with purpose. Goals help you live with purpose. So, but they have to be, you know, they use the SMART acronym. They have to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely.
Yep.
Timely. So you have to give yourselves those dates and those times, and you have to say specifically what you want to do. And it also helps if you have an accountability partner. And it looks like your daughter's your accountability partner.
Yeah,
I tell you, it's amazing what kids will listen to.
She wrote that down, and she's like, she said, Daddy, can you do it yet? I said, no, I still got till I'm 40, Vanessa. So.
But let's think about, okay, so we talked about you, so it's through your physical decline that you started, I guess, your mental comeback?
Yeah.
Or you started to pursue things mentally that, you know, it's kind of like, well, what came first, the chicken or the egg? But, I mean, I guess we're not trying to find out what comes first. I'm just saying or asking, you know, what, you know, people don't, not asking, but suggesting that people don't always have to do that physical. They can do something that's intellectual, like maybe if they stopped some kind of academic pursuit, they could say, okay, you know what, in 4 years, I'm going to finish that degree that I didn't finish. Or 3 years, I will have written my novel, you know, the great American novel type of deal.
Right.
Sort of thing.
And so as I'm pursuing my, you know, my mental, I don't know, call it quest or whatever, trying to
Journey.
trying to, you know, strengthen my mental abilities. I said, well, you know, I still gotta stay with my talents, my God-given talents. And, you know, we come from an athletic family. You know, it was in the genes.
These genes?
From our parents. So, you know, we worked hard, but a lot of you know, a lot of it was passed down from our parents. So I said, I'm not going to give up on my athletic pursuits, but I want to be the total package, mentally, physically, and spiritually, optimal health.
Yes. And that's what, you know, well, you know, I teach health, you teach health, but I always, when I first teach health, I say, you know, there's the old school way of looking at health, and there's maybe the new school. The old school way is where health is just an absence of illness. And you know, growing up, you know, if you weren't bleeding or had a bone sticking out your body, you was good to go.
Yeah.
You know, Mom, I don't feel like going to school. What? You know what? Are you bleeding? No. Are you dead? No. You going to school. You going to school. However, now, you know, we don't look at just the physical being of a person. We look at, you know, the mental. We look at the spiritual, the social, the emotional, the mental, because they are all connected. I always look at, I draw rings on a chalkboard, well, a whiteboard that we have now, and I put them as each component of health. And I said, you know, look at each individual ring as a component of health. I said, they do not operate exclusively of each other. They're actually inclusive of each other. And then I'll draw another picture with the rings all intertwined to show that there's that connection and that how one can influence the other.
Well, I got to go back to something here. Good point with the rings and all. When I told you I was going to try out for an NBA team, you looked at me like you ain't believe I could do it. You doubting me? You used to be my biggest supporter.
I am your
Now you throwing doubt in my...
No.
That's why I say, when you starting your comeback, don't tell everybody what you're doing, because all they're going to do is throw doubt, like she just did.
No, Greg, listen, you know I'm your biggest supporter. I will do anything for you.
I saw that look. You was like,
well, you know,
boy, you ain't making no NBA team. That's what you was trying to say.
No, because you shocked me. You know, I was taken aback. I was like, oh, you know, so I didn't. I was just shocked.
So I'm asking you, anything I can do it?
Absolutely.
I don't believe you.
So you don't me.
Because I can tell you're lying.
I'm not lying.
All right. I'm going to do it.
I know you are. I'm beat up, and I want front row tickets.
No.
Just don't, what? Why?
You're going to have to buy your ticket.
Like, this ain't no New York.
Oh, no, yeah, so no. But yeah, though, that's the comeback, and it's going well. You were talking about a comeback, too. What you want to come back in?
I'm coming back. You know what? We don't have time for that. But, but when we come right back, we'll be talking about what is Veronica thinking. So come back for that.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
And we're back, and it's time for What is Veronica Thinking? And today, we're going to talk about what Gregory is thinking about. What are you thinking about, Gregory?
Man, you caught me off guard. Well, I'm thinking, so my comeback, I keep a journal.
Yes.
And that's important. You know it's important to keep a journal, and you want to track different things and to understand where you're going, where you're progressing, how to tweak your programs and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Do you keep a journal?
You know what? I kept a quote-unquote a diary. I've done that off and on from time to time, but I don't keep a journal per se like you do. I do have this book where I write down, and I also store pictures of things that I aspire to, things that I want to do, things that that I have on my mind at the time, whether it's something I want to research again later or something like that. And it's interesting to me to go back and see what I was thinking about at a certain time in my life and things of that nature. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, good. I know you've been talking about you're seeing a nutritionist now, right?
Yes, that's part of my comeback. Yes.
And how's that going?
No, it's actually going good, and I'm glad you bring it up. Because you said before, like, you come back. Well, my comeback has actually started because I wanted to get back into working out again. And I knew that I did have some physical things that I needed to work out first before I could do that. So I did, you know me, I'm always about the research. I was doing tons and tons of research looking for a new way to, go about this. And I found a particular medical clinic with doctor that they practice more of an Eastern style. Because Western style of medicine is more about let's treat the symptom. But you never really figure out, well, what is causing that symptom, which, that keeps the pharmaceutical companies in business when you just treat that symptom. But if you don't know what the problem is, so by going to this particular medical clinic, talking to, getting a full workup, talking with those doctors, finding out maybe about physically, and nutrition, not finding physically, but also doing some, mental things as well. How to be
psychologically.
Well, get stress-free. Because stress, you don't know how stress that tense up the muscles and cause all kinds of problems with you. and can cause,
Silent killer.
Yeah, it is silent killer. So by going through that, it has. I'm telling you, I'm not the same person I was in September. Like it's been a 10-year journey to get to this point, actually.
10
and going
years?
10 years for me finally feeling like I'm Veronica, the Veronica that I want to be. But going to that nutritionist is very good because you find out how important diet is to your life and the importance of eating properly. And again, for anybody who's out there, the stuff that we're saying, we want you to go check with your own medical professional before you try anything new in your life. But that's what I did. Went to the medical professional and just learning the importance of getting rid of processed foods, those chemicals and things of that nature, and introducing good things into my system. Okay, especially because you need that. Your intestines are your foundation. That gut, they say, trust your gut. It is so important to keep that in good working order.
Gotta have a healthy gut.
Gotta have a healthy gut. So just my journey has been a lot of just getting that back on track and researching and finding out what works best for me. And I feel so much better. My mind is good. I get up at between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not tired. I'm up and ready to go.
Me too.
I know, you said you too. But then I also meditate too.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah.
So that's also part of the comeback. So I just think, and I'm going to continue to work with her and continue to, work with my medical professionals and continue on this journey. And I think it's really good. I'm very happy. Like I said, if you're out there and you're not feeling good, do your research and get on that journey to find out how to get well again. Go on that journey to wellness and don't stop till you figure it out.
Hey, don't they got like mixed beach volleyball or something like that?
Yeah, they do.
Mixed tennis?
Yeah, they got all that.
All right, so you gotta get in shape and then you can be on my team.
I can be on your team?
Yeah.
I can be part of your comeback?
And we'll be like not like how the Williams sisters, sibling duo. We could be a duo too.
All right, well, stay tuned for that comeback. We'll keep you up to date on the Harris siblings' comeback. And thank you for watching today.
Cut those nails, you might be able to get a bowl. We can do a bowling and get in a bowling ball. Can the nails fit in the bowling ball?
See you next time.